Welcome to the Fermented Homestead. If you're new here, my name is Anna, and on this channel, I'm sharing our journey of learning how to turn our home into a homestead. Welcome to Wellness Wednesday. Today is the last day of what I was doing, and tomorrow is the first day of what I will be doing. So basically, I have been doing sort of a carnivore-ish keto type of thing. For the longest time, I was waiting for my medication to come in the mail so that I could treat my SIBO with a couple of rounds of, but two different types of antibiotics. That seems to be at the root of a lot of my health issues. And I finally took the tests and figured out what was going on. So today is my final day of taking those antibiotics, and then tomorrow is going to be the first day of, I don't know what you would call it, I guess you would call it the rebuilding phase of my gut healing kind of journey. Up until now, I've been fairly careful with what I've been eating, just throwing in the occasional vegetable thing to rile up my guts. And so now I'm gonna make sure to cut all of those out. I'm planning on stripping it down to kind of a modified intro GAPS type thing. I don't know if I'm ready to start introducing fermented foods yet, and that is simply because it's just not, things aren't flowing through. So if I start to take a bunch of fermented foods, that could possibly reignite the issue. If things aren't flowing through, then I don't want to consume a bunch of bacteria that's just going to get stuck in the same spot. So that's kind of my thinking behind it, trying not to gross anybody out, but that is the reason that I have the SIBO. Chicken or the egg, I don't know which one came first, but one causes the other and the other causes the other. So it's like, oh great, this is a nice cycle we got going on here, isn't it? I have a couple of GAPS books over there. I'm planning on getting some kind of there's a SIBO cookbook and a book that is supposedly in the Facebook SIBO community is supposed to be really good at kind of explaining what's wrong, explaining what you should be doing. So I may end up purchasing that one and just trying to kind of figure out what I'm supposed to do. So there's a bunch of different foods, like it's basically a low FODMAPs kind of thing. So when I'm saying that I'm doing like a modified GAPS thing, I'm probably going to be doing the GAPS style thing, but more with the SIBO friendly vegetables, because the vegetable list is slightly different. Like GAPS, onions and garlic are huge on GAPS, but you can't have it if you have a SIBO issue. So I'll probably end up kind of doing one with the other's tools. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's kind of my plan. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Today is, I usually do like a weigh-in, and on Mondays, well, I weigh in every day, but I did not weigh in this morning. Yesterday, my husband and I went out for his birthday and went to Outback. Didn't go crazy, but had like some, we shared a bloomin' onion, and I had some of his potatoes, but that's about it. But for me, that's enough. And I don't want to stress myself out with a weigh-in. I don't even care. It's all just inflammation and crap. So I'm not gonna stress it. So we'll find out tomorrow. Usually it kind of disappears by a day or two. But anyways, okay, so it is Tuesday. We are one day late with our wrapping up of the week and the switching over of the new weeks. Yesterday was just very busy for me and I didn't do it. That's basically my only reason. Just for the sake of consistency, I did start the week at 2:14, ended the week at 2:10, and that is simply because last week I was very inflamed. I had not a super off-plan meal, but I had an off-plan meal and I just had some inflammation. So I did not actually lose 3 pounds in 1 week, or 4 pounds in 1 week. But so we're kind of just back to our starting point. Not back to our starting point, but we're kind of just back to our norm here. Kind of moving forward, I do plan on changing things up a bit, and I wanted to kind of briefly kind of talk to you guys about that. So I am in the middle of my main focus in my healing journey is healing SIBO. I have a small intestinal bacterial overgrowth, and this is the main cause of a lot of my health issues and a lot of my struggles that I've had over the years. So I just finished up last week. I finished up taking my antibiotics. It was 2 different types of antibiotics, and as of right now, I feel like it's completely wrecked my body. It's kind of wreaking havoc. It's wreaking havoc on my emotions, my thoughts, my intestines. Like, I'm reacting to foods much differently than I used to. And just a lot of things have changed. And so it's just been I don't want to be like a drama queen, because I know there's people who have so much more severe digestive issues than I have, but this is also just, this is my body, and I'm starting where I'm starting, and I'm hoping to get it to where it doesn't get to that point. My plan kind of moving forward is doing sort of a modified GAPS, but it's like a low FODMAP meets GAPS type thing. I'm going to try and kind of find a middle ground using like the principles of GAPS, which I believe in very strongly, and combining that with the foods that are allowed in like a low FODMAPs type diet. It's been 2 weeks since I've stopped doing the antibiotics, and I have yet to start to introduce any types of probiotics. I did have a little spoonful or a couple little tiny spoonfuls of some milk kefir when I was making a video, but other than that, I haven't had any types of probiotics. And let me see, I have an appointment on Thursday with my doctor, and we're going to kind of go over my progress, see where I'm at, and she has told me that she's going to start to provide, I think it's Saccharomyces, and another very low dose probiotic to kind of kick things off and start the reinoculation phase. So for the next month or so, I'm going to be doing more of a low FODMAPs type thing as opposed to keto. I'm going to do the lower carb version of it for the most part, but things like rice, potatoes, sweet potatoes, those are allowed. So I might have some here and there. I'm not going to be strictly keto, but I will definitely plan on being overall very low carb, and we'll kind of see where that ends up taking. You can do a SIBO type of diet with like carnivore keto, but I kind of want to see if I can digest those things, because that's the main reason that holds me back. Well, I like the way that keto makes me feel, physically, mentally, and just in all ways. I like the way that it makes me feel, but at the same time, I would like to have the option to be able to have carbs, at least some of them, prepared properly, all those sorts of things. I don't want to go off the rails and have anything, weird. I have no desire to go back to like standard American junk. My husband eats plenty of that for the both of us, but he can do it, so whatever, more power to him. But so I'm planning, I got this book in the mail. It's SIBO Made Simple. I have another one coming. I think it's called Healing SIBO. And that one's going to be coming, I think, in the mail today. And that one I think it seems to be much less like pictures and things like that, and it's more like a game plan on how you can overcome SIBO. So I'm going to be kind of going through both of those books kind of on my own. If you guys are interested in it, once I'm kind of delving into it, I don't know how many of you guys out there have SIBO or believe you have SIBO, but a lot of people do. A lot of people do and don't know they do. I don't have a lot of the more obvious signs and symptoms of it. Mine, and it's been creeping in me for, I honestly don't know how long, but I've had these same symptoms for a very, very, very long time. Once upon a time, I think probably about 3 years ago, I was able to actually treat this successfully. And when I wasn't able to maintain it, but I treated it, and on my own, just believing that I had it, I just kind of did the courses and stuff like that. Did the, what do you call it? It was a Dr. Jocker's digestive restoration course thing. Anyways, but I did that. I followed the diet and all those sorts of things, and I was able to kick that in the bud for a while, but I didn't maintain it, so it all came roaring back. And that's when I first started this channel, and I was significantly lighter back then. That is when I had treated it. I was just treated that, and then my health woes kind of went away, and the weight went away, and all those sorts of things. So that's kind of my game plan moving forward. My focus is going to be much less weight centric, and it's going to be much more SIBO treatment and mindset. And speaking of that, I'll link this book down below for anybody who's interested in it. I haven't read it yet, but it is a very beautiful book, and I'm really excited to delve into it. But I wanted to talk to you guys about it. I wanted to talk to you guys about a book club that I'm actually taking part in, and it is on Freedom Homestead channel. Tangi is hosting it, and myself, Constance at A Good Life Farm, and Julie at Row & Co Farms, we're all taking part in this book club, and it is with this book, Beyond Labels. It's by Sina McAuliffe and Joel Salatin. I think this video will probably go live just a little bit before we're doing a live stream actually on her YouTube channel. And we're going to be talking about the first 2 chapters of this book and kind of how we're responding to it. It's going to be a live stream early on Wednesday morning. Well, I mean, early is a relative term, but on Wednesday morning, we're going to be doing a live stream and we're going to be talking all about it. Talking about how we're responding to the first 2 chapters. And it's a really, really interesting book. It's set up in a way that is, the first 2 chapters are really strongly about mindset, how you're seeing things, how you're viewing things, the power of your mind, the power of your thoughts. And this gal, Sina McAuliffe, she was able to heal herself basically through almost just manifesting her beliefs, that she was very, very ill for a very long time, autoimmune issues, and kind of her mindset and her affirmations helped to guide her actions. And that's sort of how she used it. It's not like I guess it might be sort of some kind of woo-woo, but her manifestations of the beliefs of what she wanted to be and using it in a way of an is instead of an I want, helped to guide her actions. And so she acted in a way that was what she wanted to be. And I thought that was kind of interesting. Actually, now that I'm actually saying that, it's kind of like clicking in my head. So make sure that you guys come along with us. We're going to be doing these to the best of our abilities, to the best of our scheduling abilities. We'll be doing this every Wednesday until the book is finished. And then, so make sure, I will link this book down below. It's going to be an Amazon affiliate link along with the SIBO book. And I'm going to link those down below. Make sure you check those out if you want to start along with us. The first 2 chapters are really very easy to read. I think I read them in like half an hour. So if you won't be behind, especially if you order from Amazon. I mean, like, it'll be here probably tomorrow, maybe the next day, depending on where you're at. And then you can just pick right up. I hope that you guys check this out. It definitely seems like it's very mindset focused, but it's also very, it just gives you action plans and things that you can do to improve your health and to improve your mindset. And that's something that I feel like I really need right now. And so I was really excited to kind of be able to take part in this collaboration, in this book club, because like that's what I need right now. I'm sure you've probably seen in the last couple weeks of these videos, I kind of felt a little bit hopeless and like, what am I doing? What's the point? So I haven't really decided. I'll probably continue to include kind of my weights in this thing, but I'm not really going to be focusing on that. I am really going to be focusing on healing my gut and healing my mind, so that once I'm healing my gut, healing my mind, healing my body, the side effect of the weight will kind of clear itself up. And so over the next couple weeks, I don't know what's going to happen with my weight. If you guys are bored with this and you guys aren't interested in this sort of thing, you know, I can just keep it to myself. But I'm definitely going to be, the focus is going to be taken off of weight loss, but I'm still going to be doing the exercising. I'm still going to be doing all of those sorts of things just for health's sake. But it's not going to be from a weight loss standpoint. I'm sure that will come with it, but I'm much more interested in healing my body so that everything can just, so that I can, how do I want to put it? I'm going to be focusing much more on my body and healing my body, so that, and then hoping that the rest will most likely fall into place at some point. So I just want to feel healthy. I want to feel good. I want to have a good sound mind, and I want to just have a good healthy body. So I'm still going to be doing everything it takes to attain that, but it's not going to be my main focus, and it's not going to be, I'm not going to live or die by the scale. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. So make sure that you check out these 2 books. If you have SIBO, or if you think you might have SIBO, check these out. Do a little research. See if your symptoms might follow with that. There are a ton of different symptoms. My symptoms are different from anybody else's symptoms, but most of the symptoms have themes to them, and you can kind of gauge at least whether you believe you have it or not. And then this book as well. Make sure you check this one out. If everybody enjoys the book clubs that we're going to be doing, they're going to be much more like health, dieting, not dieting, but health and healthy lifestyle type themes for the most part, at least for this foreseeable future. But if people end up enjoying that, we may end up doing like a book on each of our channels as time goes on. It's not going to be a rapid fire, like it's not going to be like a new book every month. It'll probably be something like quarterly or however long it takes us to finish the books in a reasonable period of time where a functioning working adult can actually finish reading the book and process it. So it's not going to be like rapid fire. We're not going to be throwing books at you like once every month, at least not for the book club. There's a lot of other books out there available. But anyways, I need to stop yammering. Okay, so just make sure that you check out these books if you're interested in it. Make sure you head over and check out the other channels that are participating in this book club. I will link them down below. Just kind of give me your feedback. Let me know if you guys are interested in following along with less of a weight loss journey and more of a health journey, focusing on healing and learning how to cook foods in a way that is much more healthy and all of those sorts of things. So let me know if you're interested in that. I have no idea what it's going to look like, but we'll figure it out together if you want to know. And like I said earlier, it's not like I'm completely dismissing weight loss. It's not like I'm completely dismissing, you know, being healthy and all of those sorts of things. Quite the opposite. I'm going at it a different way. I'm going at it from a different angle, and I'm going at it in a different angle that I think is going to yield long-term results. It's going to yield the actual results that I want. I don't want to end up in the position where I'm at now. And I think that last time that I lost the weight, I did lose it very, very quickly, and I gained it back very, very quickly. So it was a pretty easy thing to do. So I want to get myself and change my habits, and I want to change my mindset, but mostly I want to change my habits, and I want to change how I see a lot of different things. There's a lot of, you know, disordered eating and disordered relationship with food and stuff like that. So it takes a while to kind of overcome that, and so that's what I'm gonna try and do. So we'll see. But anyways, I'm talking too long on this one. So if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. It helps with all the googly algorithmic stuff. And if you're interested in this sort of thing, along with a lot of other types of food preservation, pantry cooking, live streams, and all sorts of other lovely things, gardening too coming up here at some point, make sure that you subscribe to the channel by clicking that link right there. This video is one that Mr. Google Pants thinks that you're going to enjoy. This is last week's Wellness Wednesday video, and then up here you can find the whole playlist of the journey and all the things that I have done so far and into the future with trying to heal my body. So we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.